Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to one and all present here. I, Bhavya Gupta, pursuing PhD, and he, Monu Kumar Pathak, pursuing MTech from Industrial Engineering and Operations Research Department. We are thrilled to have wide group of attendees today, students, esteemed dignitaries from academia and industry, alumni, and friends. Also, a heartfelt welcome to all the online participants here. As you all know, we are live broadcasting this event on YouTube channel IIT Bombay. We are thrilled to have an exciting lineup filled with insightful, thought-provoking discussions, interesting talks, and poster presentations, along with the much-awaited launch of a new program in our department.
Without further ado, we would like to begin the program with warm welcome to the esteemed Professor Jayendran Venkateshwaran, head of our department, Industrial Engineering and Operation Research. He has been a faculty member since 2005. His research and teaching interest in discrete event simulation, system dynamics, agent-based modeling, data analysis, hybrid simulation optimization, supply chain, sustainability, inventory control, and logistics.
Thank you, Manu and Bhavya. Once again, warm welcome to all our students and colleagues. Special welcome to Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, our chief guest, as well as our director Subhasis Chaudhuri. And I think we have Professor KVK Rao, deputy director, and also to Godar Ramkumar from Swiggy for joining this event. And welcome to all the students as well as head of other departments and our faculty colleagues for joining us in this nice milestone event for IEOR. I thought I'll just briefly, in about 10 minutes, try to give an overview of department to give a nice context to the entire event. We started as the first interdisciplinary program way back in '76. The first decade saw the introduction of the master's and PhD programs. Second decade, we started hiring of first kind of core faculty and the launch of the PhD program. And third decade, we moved on to having the 2-year master's programs as well as more core courses, especially in the area of stochastic processes and optimization. The third decade saw growth of the department by having 8 core faculty, MSc PhD dual degree programs, as well as several 800 level courses, and the courses also became quite popular among all the students in the department, in the institute. The last decade, we had grown to 10 plus core faculty. So I don't know why that flicker is. Hope it won't occur much. Then we moved into our own nice building where we are currently placed. And then we moved on to starting our 50th and 500th master's students were graduated in the last few years. And then that brings us here. We are with 12 core faculty and we are incubating a couple of centers. One is Technocraft Center of Applied AI as well as IITB FedEx Center for Logistics. So currently we have 12 core faculty. 2 more is expected to join in the next few months. We have 140 plus PG students on roll. And we take pride in the diversity of the students. So we have students and as well as faculty in all areas in engineering, sciences, maths, statistics, management, all aspects. So it's a really nice melting pot right here even in a small but vibrant group. We have been offering the academic programs of PhDs, MTechs, MScs, as well as now going to launch the BTech program. Our BTech minor has been quite popular. And another very important program we have been offering now for the 5th time is this Naval Operations Research Program. Naval Operation Analysis course, which is a 16-week full-time course offered to a select group of Indian naval officers. A few of them are also attending this session today. On talking about programs, first question students ask is about placement. So it's quite healthy at all levels, whether it is masters or PhD or even a lot of bachelor students also based on their minor as well as electives move on to build a career in this field of IEOR. Our PG and PhD alumni base is quite vibrant with people taking even faculty positions in IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Kanpur, IIT Delhi, including IIM Mumbai, NITI and various other leading institutes across the country. We have been offering a range of courses, both covering the breadth and depth of the subjects in the industrial engineering and operations research area. In the recent couple of years, our total course enrollment has exceeded 1,250 plus total students across all programs and departments do and enroll in IEOR courses. That is one of the big motivation for us to have a specialized UG program, seeing the huge interest among UG students. This is like a huge list of courses. Many courses we introduced more recently, especially in the areas of machine learning, deep learning, reinforcement learning, game dynamics and so on, which are kind of recent additions in the last 5 years. Broadly, we have a lot of applied areas where you work on, starting with supply chain, logistics, operations, healthcare, finance. But most of our faculty are also focusing on theory and applications related to optimization, stochastic simulation, meta heuristics, game theory, and so on. Maybe at this point I can briefly introduce our faculty members as based on the areas which are happy to share with our. Okay, I didn't even know he was here. Surprise. Yeah. So these are some areas of Prof. Balamurugan, and then we have the list of all current doctoral students. So these are the strengths on which we are building more and more academic programs. So we'd like to share our strength with all of you here. So Prof. Balamurugan works in the areas of distributed large scale machine learning. Manjesh Hanaval working again AIML, multi-arm bandits and cyber security space. Prof. Hemchana working in space of machine learning, RL, neural networks and MDPs. Prof. Avinash works in the areas of theoretical algorithmic computational aspects of optimization. Ashutosh also works in the area of computational optimization and as well as last mile and mid-mile logistics. These are kind of the primary areas people work on. People do have a lot of allied interests which they continuously reach out and keep expanding and working on various things. Professor Vishnu works on the optimization theory, discrete optimization. Professor Mallikarjun Rao works on the area of game theory and optimization along with Professor Kavita and Urban Larsen, who works in these areas of combinatorial game theory especially. And Professor Narayan Rangaraj has been leading this work related to rail transport operations and planning. Now I think extended to metros also, along with activities related to healthcare operations. Professor Priyan Sinha, he has joined us less than a month ago. He works in the space of network optimization, transportation, logistics and supply chain networks. I myself work in the area of simulation modeling, which was explained recently. Some select projects which we would like to have actually reached out and which has a big social impact are this project on mixed rail network simulator tool which helped in the zero-based timetabling during the 2020-2021 period for the entire golden quadrilateral along with the diagonals by Professor Madhu Belur, Narayan Rangarajan team. This Minotaur is our own in-house solver that we have developed by Professor Mahajan and team. Okay, this is maybe it's because it's a charger. I'm not even touching it, that's why it's okay. Hopefully it will work now. Yeah, Vajra's indigenous cybersecurity solution developed by Professor Manjesh Hanaval and team, which is endpoint detection for Linux systems, which is now widely deployed in various agencies, and the SOLS project, which is to provide clean and affordable energy access in rural areas. There are a few other projects which we have worked on with network flow models for RBI or healthcare, AI models in prescriptive medicine, healthcare, or kidney exchange models, and so on. There are several projects and collaborations and support from various industries and funding agencies, including Applied Materials, SCRB, Indian Railways, and so on. We have been actively collaborating the last 10-15 years all across the world in various spaces, including joint projects, joint research activities, student exchange, and so on, as well as nationally with almost all the leading institutes in the country. We have been active with various other initiatives through Dean SCR office. Thanks to our alum, Mr. Nivesh Kumar, who donated generously to set up an IEOR Alumnus Endowment Fund, which supports additional funding for doctoral students as well as faculty travel. The Technocraft Center of Applied AI was set up to generous funding through Mr. Sharad Sharaf, our Chairman Board of Governors, and more recently the IITB FedEx Center for Applied Logistics Analytics has been set up, which is expected to, which just started a month or few months ago. And many of our efforts have been recognized in various spaces. We are happy to share that Professor Narayan Rangaraj and Professor Hemachandran, a fellow of the Operations Society of India, and Professor Manjesh Anna will receive this year the Class of 1973 Research Excellence Award, and the IFOR's Prize for War and Development was received through the work of Jal Tantra by Professor Om Damani and Ashutosh Mahajan and their team. The SOLS project received the first global grand prize of IEEE Empower a Billion Lives as well as CSIR SMT award. There are several other awards which our group has been received over time. So that kind of brings the end of my very brief presentation. So this we feel is just the foundation that we are laying. We would like to grow to greater heights where with hopefully growing to about 25 plus core faculty with a lot of associated faculty across departments, including Professor of Practice, postdoctoral fellows, focusing mainly on the research in all areas of IEOR, mainly in the areas of optimization, data-driven decision making, with a specific focus on supply chains and digitalization, along with healthcare and sustainability is a broad focus we are looking at. And yeah, so that I think with that brief presentation, let me just stop here. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, sir, for kickstarting the program on such a fantastic note. We are honored to have with us today Professor Subhasis Chaudhuri, sir, Director of IIT Bombay, to formally inaugurate the Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. He is the professor at Department of Electrical Engineering. His area of expertise lies in motion analysis and tracking, gesture analysis, data clustering and pattern recognition, recovery of depth from defocus, diffusion equation, super resolution imaging, content-based image interval, and computational photography. Let us extend a warm welcome to him. Request you to share your thoughts.
Good afternoon. Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, chief guest of today, and director of the very prestigious neighboring institute that is now IIM Mumbai, Professor Aute, and other faculty members from IEOR, other departments, students, okay, alumni of IEOR also. I think, it's one of the most wonderful, I think, days in the life of faculty members in a particular department. And when you get a group promotion, okay? So it is not like to an individual, it is for the entire group, be it the students, be it the faculty, be it even the head of the department, right? So what is it? It is like elevating the status of this interdisciplinary center, that how it started, 1976, as an IEOR, to now, of course, the IEOR remains, but now it becomes Department of IEOR. So a big congratulations to everybody in IEOR. Thank you. I think if you look at the journey that I think Professor Jayendran has just put forward a few minutes ago, it's something had a very modest beginning, as always. Everything has to start from somewhere, but that was, almost like now 50 years, into that. And whatever, I think that time you are indebted to people like Professor Aute and several other colleagues who have been there that time to be able to visualize as an area which would be probably most important thing today's, if you look at this instant, wonderful, please come, okay. So in today's life, whether you go for, some delivery person or even under 10-minute delivery guarantee, to whatever, this huge warehousing, from there, you need to follow the entire supply chain towards the, the last mile or to the mile minus infinity to that time place. Everything is so advanced today, and it requires so much of, I would say, planning, so much of it's not just the intuition anymore, but it is also purely as an area that evolved over time to make sure that what we do is optimal in terms of our resources, in terms of utilization, and in terms of mostly the return of investment. That's what I think any company and others would be always interested in. And that way, when I think in 1976, the seed was implanted that IIT Bombay needs to actually work on this specific area, I think our hats off to Professor Subhas Babu has also joined. So both of them, I think they deserve a big, thanks for setting it up today. Okay. And now looking back here today, I think a lot of water has traveled in the Ganges in between. And today, I think you've seen that the kind of involvement that the faculty members are doing. And today also, I think from the next academic year, we are onboarding the undergraduate. Okay, so about 36 of them will be joining from next year, in next academic year onwards, specifically in this area. Okay, so that's, I would say, is a remarkable journey. And now the question is that you have to leverage your own internal supply chain. They're coming in as a BTech student, then going through the master's, PhD, and some point coming back again as a faculty member to you to support the next generation of people, which is something that we are always proud to have, to see that the institute must go on, the activities must go on, and it always depends on the new faculty members, new set of students. And I'm sure now your supply chain is much more enhanced, so that tomorrow you will see a lot more prosperity in your department. And I'm sure that this will also increase our, I would say, the connection to the outside world in terms of how we can solve their problems, solving bigger problems. Okay, railways is one that I think we are very proud that, we actually take care of the entire, I think, the transportation, the aspect. There are several of other things that have been put forward, but I am sure with this being a department with a lot more resources available, a lot more manpower being available, and I would say with so many others, people outside the IEOR coming in to do collaborative research, okay, in IIT system, I'm sure that we would be looking for wonderful days coming ahead. So let's wish the best to IEOR as a department, and thanks and congratulations to all the IEOR members. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking speech. Now I would like to invite Professor Avinash Mahajan, Dean of Academic Program at IIT Bombay. Professor Mahajan is giving teaching at Department of Physics. His broad area of research is in applied physics and experimental condensed matter physics. We welcome him on stage and request him to share his thoughts about BTech program in IEOR. Thank you.
So thank you, Director IIT Bombay, Director IIM Mumbai, as well as the foundational members for this IEOR program, Professor Subhash Babu and Professor Aute. It's certainly a great pleasure for me to be here at the launch of this undergraduate program of Industrial Engineering Operations Research. So as Jayendran said, this has really started long ago, 76, and its evolution, and I think evolution is by definition slow, and it has now evolved into a full-fledged department soon offering undergraduate, various postgraduate programs, of course postdoc at higher level, etc. I remember I joined the institute in 1995, and my friend Narayan was already here. He was already the convener of the IEOR, what was called the interdisciplinary program at that time. And so now, 30 years from then, now it's a full-fledged department. So I think, fortunately so also, recently in some meeting it was said that there will be no more IDPs, no more interdisciplinary programs. So it's the right time that you moved out of that IDP into a department. I don't know tomorrow what would have happened. So somehow in IIT, until you run an undergraduate program, you are not part of the mainstream. And although IEOR has been running MSc, MTech, PhD programs now for quite some time, and of course has been running courses, has been running minor program for BTech, which has been very popular. So they run this course in the biggest classroom, right? 350 capacity LA classrooms in the lecture hall complex. And so very popular courses for obvious reasons. So all that is true, but now it has a true undergraduate program. So I think that's something to be very proud of. And I'm quite confident that this will be very popular. I think we should give it wide publicity, and this coming JEE advanced in soon, and then admission happening in July, we'll get maybe close to 40 students. I'm quite sure that, of course, all students are very competent, very well prepared. Now here I'm sure they'll be also very interested in the subject itself. So I'm really happy to be at the launch of this new program, BTech in IEOR, and I wish you all the best, and we hope, so now as a country we are used to soft landing, so I hope this launch will also end in a very soft landing. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful speech. Thereby, we invite Professor Subhasis Chaudhuri, Professor Avinash Mahajan, and Professor Manoj Tiwari, as well as Professor Jayendran Venkateshwaran on stage to launch our BTech program in Department of Industrial Engineering and Operation Research.
Okay, so whenever you give us.
So, we request our esteemed guests, professors, faculty members, and staff to come on the stage for a group photograph.
So you come in the front or back? Hold it like this. You should hold it. You are the what bearer. I think.
Yes, directing something, trying to.
Okay. Thank you.